Welcome! In this video, we are going to compare two of the biggest music festivals. No surprises, EDC and Tomorrowland.
And we are fresh from Tomorrowland, so quite a recent update. Let's dive straight in. The first factor for most people is the price. If we compare the price, surprisingly, they end up being quite similar. We'll start with Tomorrowland first. The tickets are much harder to get. When it opens, you have to click, and it's kind of down to the luck and the queue.
And the thing is, when you open your page, right, you are just frozen at the loading page. And for 2 hours, you don't get anything. Thankfully, our friend got a ticket for all of us.
The Global Journey package includes a ticket.
The Madness Pass for Tomorrowland, that is the GA equivalent for Tomorrowland.
Right. And then we got 5 nights of accom at Hotel How. It was quite a nice hotel, I would say at least 4 stars, so accommodation wise it's not bad. With the accommodation, the shuttle and the tickets, Tomorrowland comes up to 2,100 Singapore dollars each. Now EDC is a bit more mix and match. You can decide a lot of things like the shuttle, the hotels you decide yourself, and then you can decide what kind of tickets you want to get. So I think for most average experience or what we did, GA Plus, that's a GA with better toilets. We got the premium shuttle, which we highly recommend. You can hop on any shuttle and go straight back. The queue is probably 3 minutes, whereas for the normal shuttle pass, it might take 1-2 hours. And then the last thing for EDC week, the hotels are super expensive. The premium hotels are going 800 to 1,000, which is totally insane. For the weekend, we just went for really as long as it's clean, it's good enough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even the grungier ones, at least 300 to 500.
We stayed at Fremont Street last year, and it was a super old hotel, probably 2.5 stars, and we paid $300. So EDC with the hotel, with the shuttle, and with the tickets, GA Plus is 2,130 Sing dollars per pax. So actually it adds up to quite similar.
Yeah.
If you had gone for let's say a normal shuttle, maybe it's probably even cheaper. And one thing about EDC is easier to get the tickets. If you are there when they launch it, you probably can get the tickets. The shuttle gets sold out very quickly.
The only difference is for EDC you can mix and match, and it's totally up to you where you want to stay, and the price probably differs if you want to get better hotels or the not so good hotels. Whereas for Tomorrowland, they come as a package. You can buy the ticket itself, but it's very hard to get.
I think because Tomorrowland is from 12 PM to 1 AM, most people will eat there, and you'll be very pleased to know that the food options are great.
The burger was great.
And it's quite reasonably priced, and it's quite quick as well. The queues are not too bad. The drinks are cheap, the beer is probably €3, which is quite reasonable.
So you have to convert your euros into pearls, which is their currency for Tomorrowland. For people like me who can't do math, I'm oh okay, that costs 2 pearls, but actually it's how many euros? So
2 pearls is €380.
So it's quite expensive actually.
But for a beer, I think it's okay. I remember our EDC drinks were expensive.
Yeah, and they were not as good. So I think for food and drinks, the quality wise and the price point, Tomorrowland is much better than EDC.
And for Tomorrowland, there's a lot of sitting area as well. There's a lot of benches, there's a lot of parks where you can chill and eat your food. I think one thing we regret actually is we should have gone there and eaten our lunch instead of eaten in Brussels, because actually the food there is in fact cheaper than Brussels. Tomorrowland, hands down, their food is better. EDC, the food is more expensive. We saw pizza was $15 USD. We had a pizza, it wasn't great at all. Tomorrowland, there's not many options. It's a 12 o'clock shuttle that brings you there. By the time you reach, it's about 1 PM under the scorching sun and with a lot of people.
They warn us, be there or be square. 12 PM sharp, the bus is gonna leave without you. I was 12 PM? And the weather is crazy, okay, the sun is scorching. It was a 12 noon sun, and we had to make our way to Tomorrowland, and that really killed us. So there's only one bus that goes there.
The shuttle there, I think, was not great. Actually, the Uber option is quite cheap as well. It's €60, and we shared with 4 packs, so it's €15 per trip. Definitely worth it to get more rest. When we entered, it was much less crowd as well.
It's not very worth it to get the shuttle package. I'd rather get the ticket itself so we can make our own way there. Free and easy, what time you want to go, and you can sleep in for a bit and then make your way there. But for the shuttle, you have to catch the 12 PM bus.
I think related to that point as well, we talked about the campsite location. So Tomorrowland is on a hill, very beautiful, very big, but that also means that there's a lot of walking, and from where the shuttle dropped you off to getting in is about 30 minutes walk. From the shuttle pickup point when you go back, that's a 50 minutes walk, because you actually have to walk through to the village, and then they have a like dark alley where you have to walk through.
Yeah, they make you walk for 45 minutes out after you have gone through a whole day. At Tomorrowland, your legs hurt like hell, and then you still have to walk 45 minutes out.
So the logistics wise, hands down EDC wins, because for the shuttle they have more options, and the shuttle back as well, the queue is much faster and it's like 5 minutes away from the actual site.
Yeah.
So for EDC, the location is actually at a air base. So if you take the shuttle, they actually have a premium like cut through. So it's only half an hour without any jam. I think if you take your own Uber, there's quite a big jam because it's a public road. Whereas for the shuttle, they cut through the airfield.
If you take your own car, it will probably take about 1 hour, but the shuttle is half the time.
So shuttle, EDC wins.
EDC!
From a campsite point of view, EDC is smaller, but at the same time it feels a bit more cozy. It's still quite big, it's still quite a carnival, but at least you walk from end to end, it's not that far.
Yeah, you get to hop around the different stages very quickly. But for Tomorrowland, it's very hard to get from the main stage to the other stages because it's 20 minutes walk and you have to squeeze through the crowd. So by the time you get there, you want to see another DJ back at the main stage. It's very difficult to navigate around, and it's a very big and confusing space as well. So even with the map, right, we couldn't find our way. I think we mostly stayed at the main stage and the library, which is the stage beside the main stage.
It's quite sad because we wanted to catch lost frequencies. Because we were so comfortable in the main stage area, it was hard to get out and come back. So in the end, we had to skip.
Yeah, even to make your way out of the main stage itself, you have to squeeze through like the crowd on the field, which is a lot of people. Even though the space is big, there's a lot more people, so it's still very packed. It's very hard to navigate out and in just for the main stage. So for the location, EDC wins.
I was pleasantly surprised. Like Tomorrowland, we wanted to do the VIP or get the better toilets. But actually the general toilets were great. They were very clean, not smelly. There was a lot of toilet options at all the locations. So toilet-wise was quite good. I think EDC, we had the GA Plus, so it gives us the access to a better toilet. But even then, the toilet was a bit smelly.
Yeah, it was quite dirty. But for Tomorrowland, there's a lot of cubicles.
Yeah.
So you don't have to queue.
Wait. Yeah.
EDC, the queue is very long.
And surprisingly, EDC used a very high-tech toilet. It was like, is this kind of like portable toilet where it's like has full flushing system and everything.
So for EDC, the VIP toilets are the best.
But it's still like smelly. I wouldn't say the Tomorrowland's GA lose to that because the Tomorrowland one not smelly.
True, but you get a lot more space and you get AC inside.
True.
And you get the proper flush and hand wash and soap. But for Tomorrowland, you have that as well. Just that inside the cubicle itself is quite squeezy.
So I would say if you use EDC GA Plus for the better toilets, it's about the same as Tomorrowland. But if you use GA for Tomorrowland toilet and EDC, then by far Tomorrowland wins.
Tomorrowland wins.
So on this one, we have to give it to Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. If you don't know, EDC is out of Vegas and there you cannot get any connection at all. You cannot lose your friends because once you lose them, it's impossible to find them.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours, we have to meet at this same spot with our friends. But for Tomorrowland, you can just, okay, I'll go to the toilet, okay, I'll go and buy drinks, and then we text each other, oh, I'm here, and take a picture and send them, and we meet again. So Tomorrowland wins. And that is a very important factor actually. Connectivity.
So for safety, I think all 3 festivals we did not get pickpocketed or encounter anything nasty. But in EDC, we heard our friends got pickpocketed. We saw also a few like guys who were bumping people and trying to reach for their phones.
Yeah, I saw it with my own eyes, like the guy trying to grab his back pocket because I was maybe 5 meters behind him, and I saw this guy like just quickly touching his back pocket, and thank God there's nothing in his back pockets. Be cautious, don't ever leave anything in your pockets. I always tell everyone that.
Phones, you should chain it to your back or like make sure it's not visible. If not, I think it's a very high rate of pickpocket. There was this picture where they caught one guy and then he had like 50 phones that he stole. And then at the end of the EDC festival, you'll see all the phone covers thrown on the street because I think they grab the phone and then they throw away the cover so you can't recognize your phone. So there'll be a ton of like phone covers on the floor. Whereas Tomorrowland feels a bit safer. I think in general, people are more spaced apart. So like it'll be very uncommon to get bumped. Whereas EDC, people are walking quite quickly when you move around the stages. So it's like not uncommon to like brush rush someone, and then like the pickpockets, they'll whack you very hard. So like your first reaction will be like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
You know, like what's the rush? And then you realize actually he's grabbing your phone, you know.
There was one time at EDC, someone pushed me and I bumped into this girl, and then she turned around, she was so angry. I was like, what? Give me back! Like, what did you take from me? And I was like, I was shocked. I was like, no, I didn't take anything. But that shows that everyone there is very cautious.
So I think from a safety point of view, of course, you have to exercise caution in a big festival. But I would say in EDC, you have to exercise a bit more caution. At least tie your phone to your back.
Yep. So for safety, I think Tomorrowland
Tomorrowland
wins. But that's just based on our experience. If you think otherwise, let us know. So for Tomorrowland, as we told you, it starts at 12. You have to get your ass out of the hotel at 12 and catch the bus. By the time you reach there, it will be 1 p.m. And to get in is like maybe another half an hour, 1 hour. By the time you reach the campsite, it's 2 p.m. And it lasts all the way till 1 a.m. Like that's the last set, that's the end, and you have to go home. Whereas for EDC, it probably starts at 5 or 6 p.m. We are not sure because we have never been there from the start. But it lasts all the way till 5, 6 a.m. I think it really depends on your preference, if you're a morning person or you're a night person. For us, we are obviously night owls, so EDC is for us, and that ties in with the weather as well.
Yeah, so I think for Tomorrowland, because it starts in the afternoon, there's scorching sun for the first 6 hours, from 12 all the way to maybe 6, 7. So it's quite draining on your energy. There was a lot of nice sets, but the scorching sun, I don't know how you can like enjoy. From a weather point of view, I would say EDC is slightly better. There were days where EDC was super cold as well, but we rather take cold. So again, this is preference. I know some people take the heat over the cold, but for us, at least cold, you can wear a jacket, whereas heat, there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah, just bring extra layers to put on. I mean, like, I'm already in bikini, what else can I take out? And like, the more you take out, the more exposed your skin is to the sun. It's very bad. In the end, we were wearing hats and umbrella. We're just finding shades just to cool ourselves down. But even then,
there's not that many shaded areas.
Even the stages with supposedly AC, right, it feels like a sauna.
Yeah, because there's too many people inside.
The heat is not for us.
Coming from Singapore, I guess to all our Southeast Asian friends who are used to heat all year round, I think maybe if you like something cooler, then EDC is for you. But I guess to our European and US friends who don't like the cold, you like the heat, then Tomorrowland might be good for you. So I think for weather, it's very subjective. So we're going to call it a draw here.
No, EDC wins.
For our preference, EDC wins.
For us, EDC wins. For you, let us know in the comments.
So from a stage and lineup point of view, I think this is quite clear for us. Like a lot of our friends told us that Tomorrowland stage is amazing, and when we saw it, we were really shocked because actually their side stage was almost as big as EDC's main stage. Even the library, which is an EDM stage, is probably as big as maybe 3/4 the size of EDC's main stage. From a stage, a visuals, a light point of view, and a backdrop, the amazing mountains, Tomorrowland wins quite hands down.
There's a lot of effort put into creating these different stages, and every stage is so different. Like, I'm mesmerized by the stages. Good job, Tomorrowland. One good thing about the main stage that Tomorrowland has and EDC doesn't have is the hill behind that is facing the main stage. So if you want away from the dance floor crowd, you can just go to the back and sit down and take out your picnic mats.
I think the hill experience is quite unique to
Yeah.
Tomorrowland. Probably no other festival you can be chilling on a hill and watching the main stage with a full view. So actually a lot of people, our friends, recommended the view, which we went to on the second day and we loved it. So the third day we went back there again. From a lineup point of view, I think it's hard to call. It's very subjective, depends on the year. But we have to say some of the artists that we hear at both EDC and Tomorrowland. People like LSO, they actually put in more effort for Tomorrowland. But one thing that EDC wins is that they have a bigger variety of music. They have the feel good vibes. They have the a bit more hard style. Whereas I think Tomorrowland, like they follow, maybe this year 20th was a theme. It was arbitrary theme. So like a lot of them we played the same songs. Like 20% of the songs were the same.
That's true. They reuse a lot of songs, like 3 sets in a row. We keep hearing the same song. We're like, hey, I thought we just heard that.
Yeah, like LSO's Lose Myself, I was played for all 3. It sounds exactly the same.
I think one good thing about EDC is that because it's only one weekend, so all the DJs will definitely go to that weekend. If you go there, you can get to experience all the top 3 to top 5 DJs that will definitely be there. But for Tomorrowland, because it's spread out across 2 weekends, so some of your big DJs might not be in the weekend that you're going. Unless you say you're going for both weekends, then that's fine. For
Like
example,
we miss Tiesto.
Tiesto. excited.
We were so excited when we saw Tiesto was playing, but then we realized that he's weekend too. No fates. You have to buy the tickets when it's released, right? So you have to buy like 8 months before.
And at that point, the lineup is not out yet, so you'll never know.
But same with EDC as well. But every year is quite good, so I think from a lineup point of view, I'd say quite similar. But the stage Tomorrowland wins. So the EDC week versus the Tomorrowland week, I would say EDC's vibes is much stronger. When you're in Vegas, the 2 or 3 days before, like all the day club, all the hotels, they are all EDC themed, and of all the big DJs at free guest list. So we went to watch DJ Snake for free. We just walked into the day club and just enjoyed.
Yeah, and there's so many options. Like all the big DJs are playing at whichever club along the street. There's so many to choose.
Yeah, there's day club, night clubs. After you finish your EDC night, you're not enough, you can do the day club.
So for Tomorrowland, there was a pre-party that was specially organised by Tomorrowland, held in this food marketplace, which was okay, it was nice. There were DJs there and the vibes were great. The food was not bad, but I think it can't beat the pre-party at Vegas Strip.
Yeah, it's a whole week as well. It's a whole EDC week.
Because those are really legit day clubs. And there was also nightclubs, like all the big DJs are playing there. So for the whole week, you can just party.
Yeah, I think for the vibes for the whole week, EDC wins hands down. Okay, so the last factor, which for us is the most important, like we listed a number of factors so you can decide which is more important for you. But I think for us, the most important factor was the vibes, the overall feel, the overall happiness that you feel when you're at the party. And there we must say that EDC wins hands down. And the reason for that, I think, is the crowd. Everyone in EDC dresses up.
Yeah.
Everyone is in like lighter, in shiny stuff. Everyone is walking with energy, enthusiasm, with their flags. And like you can see at the hotel, you can see at the hotel, people are walking and they're like pointing and like say, oh, you're going to EDC as well. And then you can feel the whole vibe there. Whereas Tomorrowland, maybe 30% of people dress up.
Including us.
The rest are in their t-shirt and shorts, which is fine, but it looks like more like you are there for a concert or you're there to watch a market, you know, it's not like a festival vibes. So I think in that sense, EDC creates a family vibes, feels like you're EDC family, and that creates a certain sense of happiness and joy that you can't explain.
Yeah, and everyone there is so friendly. Like you walk past people, they're like smiling, dancing with you, and people even gave us candy. Like we didn't have any candy to give, but they gave us, and it's so sweet. But at Tomorrowland, no one, I think
people were smiley and friendly, but not like super, like you can tell the difference in the vibes.
Like no one dances with me. I'm dancing alone.
Yes, because we are the hue.
This is the most important factor for us, that is the X factor, which will bring us back to EDC every year from now.
So we'll specially plan a trip for EDC, but as for Tomorrowland, I think if we pass by, we might make a stop.
I mean, if we can even get a ticket.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas EDC, we'll plan in advance and we are very excited to go. So all in all, based on all the factors, we feel that EDC ages it a bit. But we would love to hear what you think. We know a lot of our friends, even our US fans, who say Tomorrowland is better.
Tomorrowland is better, yeah.
They say it's the best festival they've been.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts.
EDC for us.
And Vegas.
And Vegas will be back. Okay, that's it. Bye. See you.